What's up, everybody? Steph Martinez here, Nick Gambaro there. Another edition of the Nick and Steph Show is live and in poison. Um, Big Dog, what is up, man? How you doing? All right? You feeling Gucci about tonight?
I'm feeling good, even though we're down 3-1. I've
Good,
been confident that
good.
we're gonna win tonight. I got a
There you,
feeling.
there you go. That's the
This ain't
attitude.
over. This
That's
ain't.
the attitude I needed you to have. Speaking of good attitudes, all right, let's just jump right in. I sent this guy a boatload of notes, so he's prepared. Okay, but I want to break down some of Barry Schwartz's quotes because you speak Barry language, you understand this guy, but I think I kind of get where he's coming from. So let's start with the Islanders. They're in a 2-1. They're in a 3-run hole, but listen, that's here nor there. I think the most telling piece of all these quotes is I know we're down 3-1 from a standpoint of understanding what's ahead of us. I think we're in a pretty good place, though. Okay, let's just dissect that quote for a second.
Okay.
That's a coach that knows his room. He knows his guys. He knows his players, and
Yeah.
he knows what it's gonna take. It's not gonna be easy. So, Big Dog, I ask you, as the Islander fan, of course, how are you feeling when you read not only that quote, but the majority of his quotes saying that the number one objective is to just keep playing. I know we're in a bad spot, but we just gotta keep playing. And I just took that the guy's super confident. What do you think?
I feel he's a confident guy. He knows the guys, as you said, in the room, and even the players when they speak. There's no doubt, and there's never doubt from Barry Trotz. Even if they're playing sloppy or like this, they're down 3-1. He's always like, you know what, on to the next one. We're gonna learn. And another quote too, that I saw was, "Enjoy the challenge that's in front of us. We know what it is. This bubble is getting pretty scarce. There are 3 teams left. There are 28 teams that wish they had this opportunity. Let's leave it on the line and have no regrets at the end of the game. Simply, we're lucky to be in this position. We deserve to be in this position, and you know what? We're pretty damn good if we got this far.
Right,
And we can still make something of this series. Just
right.
focus on one period at a time and try not to think too far ahead, or just stay focused and stay the course." Is
By
Barry's
the way,
message.
these quotes are from Newsday. So if you see quotes, the quotes are from Newsday. Um, if you want, I'll post some of the quotes on the show page tonight, and we'll go from there. But the majority of these quotes can be found either on Newsday or the Athletic. But we'll read you where we got the quote from, and then you guys can go look them up yourselves. But I think he had a very interesting thing to say about Varlamov because Varlamov's had a very interesting series, and this is the one thing I put down. Um, he's got to play one game at a time, one shot at a time, one shift at a time, and he has to make one stop at a time. And this is what I equated to. He says he's calm, he's focused, he hasn't gone this deep. He hasn't had this many meaningful playoff games in a row in his whole career. Just like a lot of our players, I think he's dealing with what it takes. He's dealing with it as he does. He takes it very professional, and very serious. That's the vibe I get from you guys' locker room. Nobody's putting their head down. Nobody listen.
No.
We could talk about X's and O's all day, which we have on this show, and quite frankly, we know where each other stands. So it's not like we're gonna keep going back and forth on this because we're gonna keep butting our head against the same mountain. I feel how I feel, and you feel how you feel. But let's call it like we see it. I think that alone, these quotes alone, is him playing mind games with his team to say, fellas, I know it's not good. It's not a good spot to be in. But if this is how we're going to approach this, we're going to have one hell of a good time. Because
Yeah.
if we win, cool. If we lose, cool. You know what I'm saying? Not cool, but it is what it is at this point. We're in this hole. We got to keep fighting. And I think the approach that he took of being very mellow, but also being very like, all right, boys, it's time to lock in a little bit. It's time to see this for what it is. It's a challenge. Nobody's giving us a shot, including myself, because I think this ends tonight for all intents and purposes. But the fact that he has these quotes and he feels the way he feels about his team just shows you how the rest of that room feels about each other and about their coach.
And that's a big word that he always uses a lot, especially since he's with the Islanders, is focus. Just got to focus. And that is a big thing. You know, if you're a player, I mean, in any sport, in this situation, in any playoffs, even if you're up in the series, you always have to maintain focus. Mm-hmm. You can't look ahead. You can't look back. You got to just really stay in the moment, you know, and Barry knows how to get messages across when he was in Nashville, DC, now on the island. He's future Hall of Fame coach. I mean, the guy just knows how to coach. He knows how to win. Yeah, he's only won one cup, but he's been on many deep runs with teams. And this is the deepest so far with the Islanders. So, you know, and there's all positivity coming from journalists who cover the team and Islander fans, regardless of what happens, like you said.
Listen, it's been a great ride. It's been a great run. You guys should be proud of where you've been, what it took to get here. It hasn't been easy by any stretch of the imagination.
And I was talking to somebody today about how, you know, the Islanders before this, I mean, it was a great the bubble has been great, but before that, you know, they were kind of in a deep hole. You know, maybe not in the playoffs. They were right on the outside looking in. So the bubble did help. The break helped, you know, getting everybody healthy and stuff. But, I mean, regardless, overall, it was a great season because even if you look back before the pandemic, that 17-game point streak. So there are positives to take so far. Again, the season ain't done.
No, I look at it from this point. I think the bubble gave them a new lease on life.
It did.
Because if you remember, before the bubble, they were like the Walking Dead. They would get a win.
Yeah, they were like 0-7. Pajot didn't get a win. We even trading for Pajot didn't win a game yet until we got to the bubble.
Right. So, look, could it change one shift, one goal? Absolutely. It's the playoffs, and you never know. And you never want to count anybody else specifically. I'm just talking about this. The bubble gave the Islanders a chance, I feel like, to catch their breath. Whether or not they do something with it, and whether or not they execute. Kathy!
Hello. Absolutely. What's up, Alan?
Look, this has to come down to, like, and I go back to a key quote. You have to enjoy the challenge. Let's pick apart that one sentence. Listen, your back's against the wall. We understand what it is. Your back's against the wall. You're fighting for your playoff life. And how are you? And for me, it's you gotta enjoy the challenge.
What's up, John? Also, too, another thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this just came to me, and before I forget, I just want to bring it up. I apologize who posted it on Twitter, which page, but I saw it on Twitter. The last time a Lou Lamoriello team has come back before, it was the 2000 Devils, who came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Flyers, and they actually went on to win the whole thing. So
it's doable. It's doable. It's from what you're saying to me. It's doable. This thing is doable.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Is it very hard? Is it going to be difficult?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to have moments where you're like, are we going to do this? Yes, there's going to be moments like that. You're going to question yourself. As a player, you're gonna question yourself. You don't think these players have sat back in this bubble of isolation with no friends, no family, no
It's a
distractions?
challenge. And to all the people who want to say, oh, this year is going to be an asterisk, it ain't a real champion, it's a real championship. Just for those are great points you put up. You no friends and family for weeks, right? I mean, you really can't do much in the bubble. I mean, they have some activity set up, but again,
Bro,
you can't like venture out anywhere. It's challenging and tough on the mind, and
bro, you're literally living in isolation. You're literally living in isolation. And look, it's a great point.
yeah,
That's a great point. But I think my main focus is what at this point, what do you have to lose?
you don't.
Nobody's giving you guys a realistic shot. What do you guys got to lose? And here's the thing: if you don't think that they're sitting amongst themselves, going, you know what, boys, let's go wreck somebody's party. Okay, let me bring it down to a common denominator. You don't think the Denver Nuggets, when they went down 3-1, they're probably like, you know what? Let's just play loose and free. Let's just
Yeah,
play loose
that's
and
all they
free.
got to think. All the
'Cause
pressure is really on Tampa Bay. Like in the NBA, all the pressure is
on
on
the
the Clippers.
Clippers, right? It's the exact same situation. So if you're Barzal, if you're Bailey, if you're Eberle, if you're uh what's his name? Jeez. Beauvillier.
There you
You know,
go.
and you don't feel anything because you're like, they got the guy, they got the Braden Points, they got the Kucherovs, they got the Shattenkirks, they got all these guys, so they know what's at stake for them as an organization. 4 conference final trips in the last 6 years. If you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? When are you going to close the deal?
Their last cup win was in 04, actually when Torts was the head coach.
Right.
Way back. They went in 15, but didn't win. Got beat by, that Chicago team.
And there's a song that comes to my mind. If you're Tampa Bay and you lose this game, it's like the Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me. My mind's playing tricks on me. You lose this game tonight. Now you start playing mind games with yourself. Like, oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
And you start feeling like, hold on. Could it be? Could it be? Could we blow this? And that's all you need is one win. If you're the Nuggets, all you need is one possession, one shot, one quarter to get it going. I know I sound like Eminem, right? All I need is one opportunity.
But it's so true.
It's so cliche, and I get sick of hearing it. We both get sick of hearing all the cliche sayings. One saying, one shift, one. But that's what it takes. It takes one bounce, one shot, or one stop for you to be like, hold up. We in this game now. And the last thing Tampa wants to do is give you any life.
Yep.
They don't want to give you any life.
If the Islanders can turn it on, they can turn it on. And the whole goalie discussion, listen, man, like I'm kind of sick of it because whoever you start, I think they're good with it. It's not like there's going to be drama.
Right.
And the players have voiced their, hey, like we got their back. They got ours. We have full confidence in either of those dudes. Same thing with what Barry said. He said the same thing.
Right.
And I think he'll go Varlamov again. I think so.
And these quotes on Varlamov are very telling. He's going to go Varlamov. He's going to go Varlamov. There's no way you don't go Varlamov after those quotes. He's going Varlamov. Question is, right? It's a matter of, okay, how quick can we make adjustments in this game? How quick does he switch up a line if something's not working? Or does he say, you know what, these are my boys. I've been riding with the same rotation for all year. Or does he flip it because he figures it's one game, the past couple games, this hasn't been working for us. Do you flip it backwards and say, all right, let's just do something different? It might be that. It might be where we flip it. We do something different. Nobody expects nothing from us anyway. So why not? Flip it. Do something different. Give a different sort of feel. Get a different vibe in your room.
Right.
And listen, all the boys know what it is. They all know what it is. Whether we want to believe it or not, they all know what it is. So this is my thing. Change might be good right now. Change might actually get Tampa Bay thinking, wait a minute, they switched up on us. They changed something. I didn't know that. Or I wasn't expecting that. So if you're Barry, you have so many weapons at your disposal.
Yeah, like if they want to go Grice, they could go Grice.
And I'm talking about specifically on the lines. Like the lines themselves can change so much based on how the game is flowing, how people are feeling physically,
Now,
everything we talked about. Go ahead, big dog.
But Cizikas and Kuhnhackl leaving the bubble, that one hurts, those two. And especially Cizikas being a part of that fourth line.
Right.
Because I always say that once one of those guys are removed, from injury, it's really hard to maintain team chemistry. It's not impossible.
No, absolutely not. Listen, you guys have been here. You guys have had the same team here for a couple of years now, basically. Yeah, you made additions. Yeah, people have come in. Yeah, you've done some things, but it's basically been the same team.
Guys have been here for years. Bailey's been here since 2008. Lee's been here, I think, since 2013. Martin's been here for years. Clutterbuck's been. I could go on down the roster. I mean, these guys have been together a long time now.
And it means something. I'm sending a text to let people know we're live. Let people know we're live, people. Share the video. Let them know. Tell them come holler at your boys. Now, this is going to be very fascinating game 5 because if you don't think it all turns around on one shot or one goal, you gotta play the percentages here. Nobody's giving you a shot. Nobody.
I think that goes in our favor. What's up? That goes in our favor, man. I think.
Absolutely.
And you got to score early. You got to get enough ozone time, and you got to get stout defense tonight.
Absolutely, and it all boils down to who wants to play defense, who wants to make the critical block shot, getting up, grabbing their kneecap, going, that hurt, but we needed to do that. And this is what it's gonna boil down to: who makes the most of their possessions defensively and on the offensive end. And for the love of everything we've been screaming, can your power play please get off the schneid?
That'd be a huge confidence boost.
I mean, I'm just trying to look for ways to get you guys. You guys got to get open. You got to get open right now.
And got to shoot.
Thank you.
Yep. Exactly.
And get back to the chip and chase too.
Yes.
They lost their way. They're not chipping, chasing. They're not doing any of this.
What they should do is put on the pregame on the TV and listen to Butchie's Keys. Because he's right. Shouts out to Butch.
Yes. And that's the most frustrating thing is that all these analysts see the same thing. They see the same thing, but I see something a little bit different. I think if you can make Tampa turn the puck over, if you can be physical with Tampa, make them turn the puck over. Don't give them easy shots. Don't give them easy possessions. Stay in front of them. Make them feel like, they're playing with a sense of urgency. They're playing with the fire, the desire to make the game interesting. That's when it opens up.
Fire desire.
That's where it opens up.
For sure.
Speaking of opening things up, the Capitals kind of shocked us today. Are you shocked by this news? Because I was kind of shocked.
I thought that's who they would choose. It was him, but it was between him or Babcock, but I think they made the better choice. I like Laviolette better personally. I mean, Babcock's a great coach, but I like Laviolette. I always did.
He has been in this position
He
before.
has.
So let me give you the floor to mention. I'll mention it, but Peter Laviolette signs a deal with the Washington Capitals to be the next head coach. What is your thoughts on that? I know you got some numbers on him, so I'll give you the floor, but I'll just say this for point of reference. I think the Capitals made the perfect decision in who they hired.
Couldn't agree more there. So he coached in his career the Islanders, Hurricanes, Flyers, and Predators. Also coached assistant coach for Team USA internationally. But I'll go through this. With the Islanders, before 2001, the last time we made the playoffs was 93. What did he do?
Wow.
Took them to the playoffs both seasons he was there. So back-to-back years, trips to the playoffs.
And they fired him.
Yeah, let's not even get into that.
I'm just saying.
Unless if you want to rant, but
No, but what are you doing? Keep going. I'm just saying.
See, you had to open that door, right? You had.
I'm just saying.
What did Milbury in that stupid interview? Oh, him and the
play
didn't connect.
What are you doing here, Mike?
He took them to the playoffs back-to-back years, but whatever. That's another story.
All right, keep going because we don't want to get hung up on that.
In that first season, he earned 96 points in his first season. Not bad. With the Hurricanes, first year was a rebuild, but the next year he won the Southeast Division, back when it was named that. Won the Stanley Cup in 2006. He was the runner-up for the Jack Adams, which is the best coach in the league.
Which Barry Trotz just won, did he not?
Last season, yep. And Lou Lamoriello, congrats. We forget. How can we forget to mention that? Lou won GM of the Year. Congrats, Lou. And for
your boy there, Louis Buzz.
There you go. When he was with the Flyers, took them to the 2010 Stanley Cup Final, but lost to the Blackhawks when they ended that drought. That was the beginning of that Chicago dynasty. With the Predators, took them again lost it, but took them to a Stanley Cup Final. In his career total, he has 637 wins, 425 losses, 25 ties back when they did ties.
Long story short, the guy knows how to coach.
He does.
He knows how to coach.
123 OT losses.
The first thing I thought of when I saw this, and I wrote some notes down here, the first thing I wrote down was good hire for Caps is going to bring structure and instant credibility to that franchise.
Yes.
Because they lost some structure. They were like in the mid-15s in penalties. He's gonna.
Oh, you know, he coached Philly in that 2012 playoff series, which was absolutely epic. When Giroux laid out Crosby and then went down and scored. Oh my God, that was sick, that game.
Anything to get a rivalry going, I'm all for it. So if there's a little bit of spice to these games now, let's go. Let's go. Got the pen right here. Sign me up. Sign me up. Let's go. That's what we and shout out to Rick the Razor. Rick, shout out to you, man.
Right.
I was talking to Razor today. For those that don't know, he is a part of the Three Clips Media family. He is one of the reasons why we are doing the show. So shouts out to you. We're gonna have Rick on real soon as a guest when the postseason does arrive. Razor will be
baseball guy.
A guy on this show. But he was telling me we gotta get, and guys, I want your feedback on this. So please let me know, share what you think. Sports has to get back to some sort of animosity with each other. And that's what I think draws you as a hockey fan and draws me a little bit, is that there's some deep-rooted personal issues. It's almost like, I'm gonna make this analogy really quickly. It's almost like a wrestling promo where
yes,
the match is what the match is. We know who's gonna win, who's gonna lose. We know that. But if the promo's good, where you're like, wow, that promo made me want to go buy this pay-per-view or watch this match, that's what it creates storyline and intrigue. It's not so much the games, but why we get hyped up for these NFL games, because it's all about, will this one bounce back? Will that one bounce back? Will there be any blows? Will this team don't like this team? That team don't. You know what I'm saying? They all build it up so that when you get to the point where the game actually happens, we're all frothing at the mouth. We're like, I can't wait. We're literally frothing.
And playoffs help that, man. Even Tampa Bay Islanders, not a natural rivalry because of geographic location, and they're not in the same division. But I tell you what, how many fights have been in the series, and that's what playoffs help create that. But in general, yes, you're right. Hockey, to me, out of all the major sports in America, is so rivalry-driven still, which is one of the reasons, as you said, I'm still drawn to it, where baseball – NFL football, because college is completely. I mean, we know
I'm gonna
in college sports.
I'm gonna admit something to you right now. So I saw a video earlier today of Odell Beckham shaking hands with Lamar Jackson after getting blown out, and I'm like,
that had to tick you off.
He just put up 38 points on your defense. He kicked the dog feces out of you. He kicked you right in the freaking face. Drop kick. Van Daminated you in the jaw. And what'd you do? You went and shook his hand. Oh, let's be friends. That's a division rival. And he kicked the snot out of you. And that's why I'm amped for this Clippers-Nuggets game tonight, because I'm like, nobody's giving Denver a shot. Nobody. The Clippers are going to get it together.
Right.
Listen, man. You don't think the Nuggets see that and are going, they ain't giving us no shot. Hell no. What we got to lose? Listen, I'm all for it. And if you don't think the Capitals are going to be back right in the thick of the playoff conversation next year, I got news for you. They very well could be.
They will be. I mean, that division is the toughest division in the NHL, in my opinion. I mean, the Islanders, the Caps, the Penguins. I mean, the Flyers.
Right. All right. Speaking of rivalries, we got to get into this. Because I gotta have your thoughts on this.
Okay.
So the Dodgers and the Padres are playing for essentially the division.
I apologize. We'll get to
AJ.
We're gonna get to Dodgers-Padres in 1 second. I just want to touch on very briefly, and we'll go to baseball. But we have a team in the Stanley Cup final already. The Stars won last night, 4-1. Vegas was up 2-0. Dallas came back, tied it late, and they ended up winning in overtime. This is their first Cup final appearance since they won it in '99.
Well, we will. We just haven't figured out what games we want to do yet. We still have. We're trying to figure out what is the perfect time to get back to doing it out. Because Rick actually mentioned that to me today. Let me ask you a question, guys. Would you want us to live stream during games? Because they do run long. So if you guys are down for that, let us know. Talk to us. Hit us up in the comments section. Let me know right now. I mean, of course, I got to plan it with this guy. We got to make sure that we have time to do this. So this has to be something that is planned out before we say yes or no. But keep going. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to.
That's okay. And just one more thing, because you guys know how much I love Rob and Lena. Very upset that they lost. But he wrote out a funny tweet today. I don't know if you saw it. He quote, "Well, this sucks. The comments are entertaining, though," with a laughing emoji. "Going to be nice to see the family again in a few hours and to hear some yes, yes, yes on the TV later. The Island for the W tonight. Now time for a break. I'll check back in whenever we start up again, stay safe. So Lena's still giving us some Islander love. We love you, Rob and Lena. You still got a place on the island. I mean, you
Do me a
have to
favor.
get the tattooed on your neck.
Can somebody get this kid some Kleenex? Can somebody listen? Chip into the house. Look at him. Look at him.
He's just like an awesome dude. Like he's great.
It's like a long lost brother he's lost. Look at.
And I hope he gets that 5-year extension because he damn well deserves it. And Flurry, you gotta go. Like,
yes, especially after what the agent tweeted. Yeah, gotta go.
George McPhee, trade him. But Padres Dodgers, and you were gonna ask me a question, and I apologize again for cutting you off. I just wanted to quickly mention that game last night and that tweet.
Right.
This is kind of forming into a little rivalry. So what do you think about all this?
All right. I got it. I'll paint the picture for you, and then I want your thoughts. Okay?
Okay.
So we know the Dodgers have been winning the division for years. They've been the bullies on the schoolyard for years and years and years and years. That Trent Grisham home run in the sixth last night, that felt very different. That felt very, very, very different from the standpoint that, hold up, you're not going to bully us anymore. We're not going to take this anymore. We're not doing this anymore. And this is when I got up and I said to myself, wow, man, these guys in San Diego, they are ready to make a statement. And then I loved it. So he hits the home run, and he's talking to Clayton Kershaw all the way around the bases. Like, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. He looks at the Dodgers dugout. We're coming for you. Manny Machado after the game. It's their reign. Padres, third baseman, and Manny Machado said of the Dodgers. And it's their division, honestly, but we're coming. We're coming for them.
That's sad.
Wow. You don't think those boys in San Diego are feeling a little frisky?
A little bit there.
They with Tatis, and by the way, this is a quote too that you'll love. You see Clayton with his best velocity of the season. You see Lamont sitting at 98, 99 for 5 innings. I thought both players, both dugouts had energy. You can just feel the importance of the game. Big Dog, you're a big atmosphere guy. Can you imagine if there were like 35,000 screaming San Diegoans in that building last night? Can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
Wow.
Of course, I mean, we all miss it, whether it's the playoffs during this baseball season and basketball playoffs and all that soccer, like the fans, man. Like some of these games, some of the things that are happening, like that. Imagine at Petco Park, if it's still even called that, fans going crazy last night after, because that's where it was, right? It wasn't in LA.
It was in San Diego. Yo, can you imagine that building?
Imagine in that Yankees Rays series where Chapman threw at the guy's head. What that would be like, or the playoffs in both NBA, NHL, like it's just that's.
Man. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna be totally real. This Yankee Blue Jay series is gonna be big. This is for second place. There's gonna be some spikes in this game.
I know James is watching close.
Of course, but I think the Padre manager had a perfect quote to what we just talked about. He said, I can't imagine what this place would be like in a normal year. The electricity in the stadium and just around the city would be, Tingler said before Monday's game, I wish we could all experience it all over the next 3 days. Wow. If you don't think these guys know what's up and you don't think they're playing with some, listen, I don't care. I'm just tired of getting bullied on the schoolyard. And look, you got to give AJ Preller, the Padres general manager, a whole bunch of credit, saying, you know what? Prospects are nice, but screw it. We're going to go out and we're going to try to win this thing. Respect. Because how many teams you see in sports nowadays, big dog, where you're like, oh, we'll play for next year. We'll tank for the
Right.
number one pick.
Yeah,
We don't want to trade our prospects. We don't want to.
absolutely.
They went for it. Small San Diego in the middle of a pandemic was like, you know what?
Burgundy would
man.
say San Diego. Rick.
Yo, can you imagine what that's gonna look like?
That'd be nuts.
Yo. By the way, look at that. Look at the starting three in that rotation: Chris Paddock, Mike Clevenger, Logan Allen, and Mackenzie Gore. Oh yeah, I don't want none of that smoke. I'm out.
And imagine this conference finals if it was at the Coliseum. Oh my God.
Oh my.
Bedlam. Oh man.
Yo.
I'm gonna start crying. Oh my.
All right.
Yo. Oh my God. Imagine. Yeah,
Somebody get this guy some Kleenex for real. Help him out.
Oh man.
Listen, and this is the thing. These players all know it.
Yeah.
These players, they all know what's up. They know, yo, listen, we can't. This is our moment right here. Because who knows when we're going to get back? Who knows what it's going to look like when we get back? Like, this is our moment.
You're right. 100%.
I know. I keep mentioning Eminem. This is your moment to capture. Don't let it slip.
His palms are sweat. All right, me and you are going to start rapping in a minute.
His knees weak, arms are heavy. He's bombing in a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous. But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes oh so loud. Woo!
Oh, we can rap the whole thing.
Listen, man. Captain!
Thank you.
I'm at the point, man, where I'm excited. Padres doing amazing. New look, young, better young core, and I can't, man. I'm tuning into baseball right now just to watch this at the same time. Yo, it's crazy.
You can imagine this year if they end up playing each other in the postseason. Wow.
Oh, yo, Belmont next year?
Oh my God, I'll be there. Yo,
listen,
that place is gonna be jumping. Yo, and then standing room sections like soccer-esque. Yeah. Oh my God, Belmont's gonna be sick.
Kidnap me and Razor, we there, bro. I'm out.
Eminem, yes, sir. Yo, Eminem.
I'll go on a little excursion. I'm good. I'm all right. Just make sure the chair fits in the trunk and we good. Out.
We gotta go to a game, man. You got
because that's gonna be insane. Insane. Speaking of insane, how are we feeling about this postseason bubble of sorts? Like I want you guys' feedback on this. The postseason bubble is determined to complete postseason. Listen, so basically, baseball stands to lose $1 billion. Yes, $1 billion if they don't complete this postseason, according to the Athletic and Ken Rosenthal. Which is why, and they wanted to use retractable roofs. They wanted to make sure that the weather was moderate, so it's not too crazy. So I'm very curious to see how this plays out. And look, I don't know how safe the California thing is right now. With all the wildfires going on, like how safe is that?
With the air quality and the state.
That's not good.
I get they want to play it in a warm weather climate, but Texas, Arizona, high for COVID, and you want to have fans in the building. I know it's the World Series. I don't know. And they're going to do social distancing and all that, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Like, are you okay with that? Or how do you feel? Like, are you mixed? Because I don't know. really do it this year.
I'm iffy on it, and here's why I'm iffy on it. I'm iffy for another reason, guys. We love your feedback on it, so please comment and let us know what you're feeling. I'm iffy on it for a number of reasons. Number one, these forest fires in California are not helping matters, and
No.
then you see things in Seattle where they can't miss the playoffs. Yo, some of these matchups are just
But imagine if there were fans at Petco and Dodger Stadium for that play.
What?
Like,
All right, stop. Now I'm gonna start crying. Can you not do this? Can you not do this?
yeah, you're right, Rick. Same thing with football, and it's only week 1, but we'll see if numbers rise
Right.
this week or next week. But football and baseball should have did bubbles like the NBA and NHL. It could have been done. It would have been harder, but
Houston and Arlington, Texas. That's one spot, and it has a retractable roof. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about Dodger Stadium in Arizona. And Jeff Passan reported today of ESPN. He said, while no plan is set in stone, the Phoenix area has emerged as a primary backup option if MLB needs to move any of its postseason games on the account of air quality problems, sources told ESPN. And here's the other thing. I've had people tell me throughout the course of the last couple of days, listen, we would be willing to move. I think it's just Houston, Arlington. No, Arlington's getting the World Series. The new Ranger Stadium is getting the World Series.
California's getting playoff series too, as well as
the Dodger Stadium is getting the ALCS, and I think somebody else is getting the NLCS. But Arlington's getting the World Series. And here's the thing. Here's the thing on the important note of this, right? How do you let's say it happens where a game is postponed due to air quality reasons. How do we make this game up now? Because everything is scheduled. Do you move a game back? Do you move now it becomes a logistical nightmare.
It does.
Like now it's just I really want to make sure how they're going to do it. And here's the thing. Here's a very important note. There will be no days off between the best of 3 wild card round and the best of 5 LDS.
Dang.
No days off. So that means we're jumping from the best of 3 round right to the best of 5. There's no days off. And here's the crazy thing. The crazy thing about this is if you're a player and you're a pitcher especially, you're putting pitchers behind the 8 ball. Because let's say Houston starts this. You give Verlander back. You got Greinke going, and then you got either Valdez or or Josh James going. You put the Astros behind the 8 ball right away. Same thing with the Yankees. You got Cole going in game 1, Tanaka going in game 2, and then I think it's a toss-up between Davey Garcia, Jordan Montgomery, and whoever else they choose to throw out there. But this is a very interesting concept because usually we're used to getting days off. Even if you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Yeah, you want me to pitch so my arm falls off? They're gonna be holding their arms with ice pack. Help me.
Excuse me.
Help. Arm piece. Just holding the arm piece in the sling, like, help. My arm about to fall off. Just in the corner, like ice pack, icy hot, help. You know what I mean? Like I can see him like with the just clutching the shoulder piece, help. Like oh. Like arm hoists.
You're popular over there, huh? Getting a lot of calls.
Just clutching the shoulder piece. Help me. It's I don't know. I'm very mixed on this whole postseason thing. Gotta be honest. Just player safety comes first, and it doesn't seem like player safety is at the forefront of any of this right now. because you using Texas and California doesn't seem like it's the wisest choice. Doesn't seem like it's the wisest choice. Yo,
What's up?
Big Juan, what's up, bro? Once LA again,
shit, Neil.
it's gonna be very interesting to see how this all plays out from the standpoint that it's I'm very iffy on all this. Very iffy because I don't know, like, health and player safety have to play a key role here. And you've mentioned this to me from the jump. How do you get it done? How do you figure it out? I don't know, man. I don't know. Guys, what do you think, guys, about this whole thing? Because, listen, I love baseball. I'm the biggest baseball nut you'll find. But even I think this is a bad idea. NFL players should definitely. I don't know about all that. I'm not gonna touch that kettle of fish, but it will be hosted by the top seed in the division.
It sounds like a logistical nightmare and a mess.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, real quick. So I have to ask you guys, how's everybody feeling about this, supposed fans in the stands for the postseason? What are you feeling about this, big dog? Because I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm all the way out.
As much as we want fans, you can't. This year, I don't think it should happen, in my opinion. Just bite the bullet, and for the rest of this year, calendar year, there should be no fans in any arenas or stadiums.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. It's just not worth it. It's
Series, even maybe for a Super Bowl, you may not be able to have fans. Again, we'll see when that, comes.
My whole thing is, why even risk that? Why put people in jeopardy to say we're gonna put people in the stands, we're gonna put fans in the building? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know it's about the money, which is why they would be open to doing all of this. Let's put people in the building. Let's get money. Let's get ticket sales. It all makes sense to me. But this is the bigger problem. The bigger issue is you can't secure anyone's safety. Like, and even the other night, seeing the Chiefs with people with fans in the building, I'm like,
it didn't look like a good idea. It didn't.
Nah.
I mean, yeah, everyone was wearing masks, which is great, and you're outdoors, which they say is better than being indoors somewhere in a large group. But still, I just think it's smart and I think I brought this up. But what happens when people go to the bathrooms, when they go get food and drinks?
Right.
Like, are you doing social distancing on lines? Are you only allowing a certain number of people at a time? Are they even serving food? I'm not even sure if they're doing that in DC and Jackson.
It's
serving.
It's the wild card. It's scary. The traveling team's different. I mean, I guess no, but that's why they're no fans. I agree, man. It's nuts. And listen, you said this, Razor. We both said this all from the beginning. There's no way you should let fans in the building right now. That just doesn't. It doesn't equate to being smart. It doesn't equate to being able to say, "Listen, we're going to be able." It's hard enough. You're playing a sport right now. Just take that and be okay with it. And you know the television ratings for these games are ridiculous. You know everybody's watching because there's nothing to do. And television money is where it's at. Like, I know everybody talks about the gate and all this, and they do for the most part. But I don't know. For me, it's something that I wouldn't do me personally. But I understand those that want it because they miss being at games. But I'm not risking my safety for anybody. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Nice.
Speaking of risking things and ownership deals and new deals and all this stuff, Steve Cohen, it it comes out that he it comes out that he got some baggage.
A little bit.
Okay, let's go over this baggage reported by the Athletic. Um, so they've had supposedly Cohen's had issues with a former hedge fund and one of his former businesses. There were some shady practices with this hedge fund. I'm gonna say, man, I really don't know how to feel about this. I know the guy got money. I understand it. I'm not. I think it's a great move. But even you got to be like, hold up, wait a minute. This is too good to be true. Because when you see stuff like this, it gotta feel like what? Like this is typical Mets. This is typical Mets. This right here is whatever can go wrong will go wrong
for the New York Metropolitans.
This is like the epitome of Murphy's Law. So it comes out, right, that he was involved in a scandal that ensued for his former hedge fund, but he simply just got it squashed, basically. That being said, he's still better. He's still a better option than the Will Pond.
Yes.
Even with this drama, even with the hedge fund issues, he's still a better friggin' choice than the Will Ponds, which says something about how horrible the Will Ponds are. Can we all get an amen in this chat? The Will Ponds, Met fans, they're throwing parties. They're like, yo, could it be? Could it be? It's crazy. And
talking about it, I was on the way to work this morning driving, and they're talking about it on ESPN radio nationally. I mean, then that's how you know it's a big deal when the Mets being talked about
on just national radio,
not New York national radio. It's a big deal.
Amen.
Yeah, but now
honestly, I think he's going to be improved by the owners. He's going to be improved by the owners strictly from this standpoint. $14.1 billion versus any order is a slaughter. Still better than the Will Pods. Agreed. And this is why. Listen, we can question all this. Is this a good idea? We could say that, and that's a fair question to ask. But and I know that this guy got the money. He got the money. He got plenty of the assets. My question is, who's going to be his baseball people? Who are you bringing in to run your organization? Because we can sit here and talk about how good they could be, how much money they're going to spend, but I want to know who's running their baseball department. Like, that's what I want to know. What's his first hire? Who does he look like? Salary cap must be approved. If he's approved, money runs this well. Wait, wait. He got plenty of money. You know the green.
And to Neil's point yesterday, after he does what he does with the Mets, then I hope he buys the Jets after that and gets the Johnsons out of there.
Oh my God! If he buys the Mets and Jets, that'll be Big Dog's Day at Jubilee. He'll be running around. We made it. Look at him.
Super Bowl down. There you go.
Oh, bro.
I never thought I'd live to see this day, bro.
I made it, bro. After 65 years of being a death ring,
dead, bro.
They might do that, bro. They might win it for me after 69 years, bro. I might make it. Yo, it's crazy to say it, but you know what? They might. And listen, if you think Steve Cohen's gonna make money with baseball, Steve Cohen's gonna make tons more money with football.
Oh, yeah, the Jets.
Woo-wee. I joke when I say this, but it doesn't matter who he hires because he's got $14.1 billion. You should be able to shoot. Hey, listen. It's a kid show. Can we not do that? Can we not do that? I don't want to really promote anybody getting, oh, if Cohen buys the Jet, you understand this guy is
I will lose my bleeping mind if that really happened.
Listen, I see the tears welling up in his eyes. Look at him. Look.
I might need a minute.
Oh man.
Because if that happens,
yo.
Oh. Yo, if he moved, get them out of MetLife, bring them to New York, win a chip.
Yo, what?
Imagine
the Jets in New York.
Bring them back home. Because they
Steve Cohen will tell Jim Dolan, hey, yo, you said I can't do what now? I can't go where?
Is he richer than Dolan? Or is Dolan richer than him?
Bro, he's richer than James Dolan by like 6 times.
Damn!
Jim Dolan. He don't want none of that Steve Cohen smoke. Nah, dog. Be like, nah, you too rich for me, man. Just be in the corner like, oh, hell no.
That's right, Rick.
What?
I will. That's where they belong, either Long Island or Queens.
Yo, it's crazy. And to think that's what the Jets need. You need an image rebranding. Oh, if Cohen could buy image.
Imagine Cohen owning the Knicks. If he could own the 3 worst franchises in New York and win with every one of them, that'd be nuts.
Hold on while I cry. Hold on while I.
That would be your brother said that too. Yo, the Cosenza brothers, man, think alike, because James said that on the show not too long ago there.
To quote the great Robert De Niro, you guys are good. You guys are good. You guys are beautiful. Hey, Doc, you did something here to me, Doc. You did something here, Doc. I feel that all the weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Where it went, I don't know, but you did something, Doc. You.
Yo, Jets in Brooklyn. Oh my.
Yeah. Man, they build a stadium, Brooklyn Bridge Park, right on the water, overlooking.
Right by the promenade.
Oh. Yo.
Then from here, you guys are going where?
Big Dog, yeah. Yo, you see Big Dog? Yeah, there is a guy who doesn't exist. Yeah. Just guy got the praying hands. We made it. We freaking made it. Yo, what?
What up, Ray?
Rayman, how you doing, sir? Damn, where would you put a football stadium? Brooklyn Bridge Park.
I mean, that's probably impossible, but imagine.
Listen, with Steve Cohen money, you could put it on.
But the Brooklyn Bridge right there, the skyline of the city right there. How sick would that be?
Put it in route. There's not much space back there. Right by the pier. The Jets are Brooklyn's teams. Built the stadium at AV.
I mean, they could.
Yo, wow.
It's government land, but there's so much room there.
Call and be like, yo, fam,
Can we build on this?
y'all government agencies need help because I got
With real estate over there, though.
I got mucho El Casho, so let's do it right now.
Yo, Jets in Brooklyn. No, but promenade, that would
Yo, Big Dog will be in the corner. We made it.
Yo, he wins with the Mets. Then he wins with the Jets. Then he wins with the Knicks. Yo.
Listen, as the great Rocky once said, Adrian! It's the Adrian Cohen! Steve-O!
Either Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Oh, yeah, federal.
Yeah, it wouldn't work there. And good point, Rick, too, with transit. Yeah, there's really no bus that goes there. That wouldn't really work. The promenade, you got more transit there. Listen, but next to City Field would be awesome.
Oh, yo.
It would hurt me, but at least I'd be gaining, my football team would be closer. If that's
under that scenario, the Nets will move back to Jersey. Listen, get the Nets out of here.
The Nets aren't staying in Brooklyn. I say in 10 years, 20 years, they ain't going to be in Brooklyn.
No. All right, so both their superstars were injured last year. Fellas, you can help me with this, fellas, because I'm not just talking out of where. Both their superstars were injured, right? Nobody cared. Everybody was still talking about the Knicks and how bad the Knicks are. Nobody cared. To quote Vince Russo, bro, nobody cares.
They don't, and the teams move to 3 different spots. That's why how can a fan base really develop? You go from Long Island, then to Jersey, now to Brooklyn.
Yo, it's crazy. Even if they want to, nobody's gonna care, bro. They're gonna care for like 2 seconds because it's New York. But then we're gonna look at the Knicks and how close are the Knicks, the real franchise in New York? You know that. You've been a Knicks fan for 90 years, one. You know nobody cares about the Nets. The Nets, bro. They half their team was missing, and nobody even. They had like 6 inches above the column fold in the paper.
Right.
Nobody cares. Barclays Center is a toilet bowl on the inside with lightning strike. Oh, why?
That building.
Damn, Rick. I didn't go that far, bro.
I can't hate it completely, man. The building practically saved the Islanders from leaving New York. So
gotta move the Nets to Coney Island. Wow,
you've been saying that for years, Rick. That'd be a good spot for them. Move to UBS Arena, back to Long Island. I could see that too.
Maybe, because look, you and I both know
that arena. By the way, I drove by it the other day. It's looking nice. It's coming along there.
Yeah. I need some. I gotta send for some pictures. By the way, real quick, while we're on this topic, they need to keep the Blue Jays in Buffalo. Like, keep them in Buffalo. Like, build a real building. Keep them in Buffalo. I'll be with that.
Nah, they gotta be in Toronto. They should have a baseball team in Buffalo.
Move the Rays to Buffalo. Get them out of Tampa.
The Buffalo Bisons, call them. You got the Bills and the Sabres. Just another type of Buffalo. Keep the theme going.
Wow. And here's the thing. This is why I think we need to start looking outside the box in terms of expansion, and it would do so much better. Because if sports is all about money, here's the thing. You want to talk about making money? That's how you make money.
Yes.
Like, these other markets are dying for teams.
They are.
Yo, it's crazy. A bit of injury news here. Gleyber Torres has a quad problem, so he's likely to land back on the IL with this quad issue, and I'm not totally happy about it because it just doesn't seem like they can kick these injuries. One guy comes off, two guys go back on, one guy comes off. It's like the injuries, like help me out. Um, just injuries all over the place, man. Hopefully they're able to kick out and get healthy at the perfect time. But um, speaking of injuries, the Jets put Le'Veon Bell on IR. What do you think about this?
Not great, and it's all really Adam Gase's fault for that one. So,
Your boy.
and he's don't start. Don't do that. Don't even go there. He called me. Yeah, that Don Lamb is epic, man.
That sucks. Any quad injury scary. Yeah. One, I agree with you. Yankees been snake bit for like the last 5 years, and that's why what they do year in and year out is like incredible. Just being able to stay healthy. But no, I have a question because this Le'Veon thing seems like it's serious because he's not playing for the next month. So what are we thinking about this right now?
I mean, I'm just looking on my phone because they signed a running back who was actually in Miami. Kalen Ballage. Sorry if I'm messing up his last name. To replace Le'Veon Bell. And Denzel Mims and Blake Cashman, linebacker, on IR. So terrible start for the Jets. I mean,
wow.
Nothing new. But
Blake Cashman and Denzel Mims on IR.
Yep. Not good.
Ooh-wee, bro.
Frank Gore, stretch, because you're going to be doing a lot of work the next couple of weeks.
Be like, yo, old man River, we need you.
Take your vitamins. Yeah, you're gonna be doing work. Yo, and against that 49er defense, good luck.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yo, can you imagine what the Niners are gonna do to you guys? With no running game. Can you imagine what they're gonna do to you guys, bro? With no running game. Sam Darnold's gonna die. Just put it like, yo, Sam, don't even play quarterback, fam. It's all good.
Just forfeit Sunday.
Forfeit.
Nah, Rick. They have a strong fan base with the Bills. Always did. They're crazy, man. You see them breaking, jumping through tables, WWE style.
With the table on fire. Listen, I'm just start chanting. Just start chanting ECW, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay. If any wrestling fans knows what that means, just start chanting ECW whenever you see them.
Wouldn't you agree, though? The Bills have a very strong following and a big fan base up there.
They're everywhere. And it's all of Western New York that are Bills fans.
Yeah.
And all of Western New York. You mean an Andrew Luck and just retire early?
Or just leave the Jets because
be like, yo, I'm done, fam.
Oh, and then today we were on the phone together. I put the radio on loud. I go, oh, look, they already started comparing Danny Dimes and Sammy Slings there.
You can't compare the two, bro.
QB debate it's begun already, but
is it really a debate though? Is it really a debate?
You can't.
I mean, you can't call that a debate, can you? Right?
No.
Listen, Sam Darnold got to get healthy first before we call anything a debate.
Yeah.
And I love Daniel Jones, but let's not act like he didn't turn the ball over a ton last night.
He did, but they didn't look bad. The Giants were actually in that game, unlike the Jets. Just fake an injury and go on the IR for a little bit.
Bro, I'll be clutching my hamstring getting off the plane. Can y'all help me out?
Yo,
All right, under over. Can we get an early over under for this weekend?
I'm going. I think 49ers. Wow. I'm going to go 49ers 35, Jets 3.
Damn. 35-3.
10
As the
if they're lucky, but I don't even know if we get a touchdown Sunday.
This team said 35-3. Wow.
I don't think that's far-fetched. But then again, you did say it would be the most Jetsiest thing to like keep it close and then lose in a heartbreaking fashion, which I could also see.
That's because what's what you do. You keep it close. We're gonna keep it close.
They're driving like a fumble or a pick, something to go wrong.
Yeah. With like a minute and a half left, you guys got no timeouts. You're at like your own 40 and he fumbles it. There goes your ball game.
Oh, remember that call at the end of the 2012 season? Oh man, that was a horrible year.
Poor Jeff fans, bro. Poor Jeff fans.
You brought in Tebow to steal the headlines from the Giants. You had the
how'd that go?
You had a losing record. I mean,
how'd that go?
Jets to keep the season alive. Sanchez fumbles an easy snap, and the Jets lose the game, and it's over.
All right.
On Monday Night Football.
You know, and going back to this Giants drive, and I think this was the drive of last night. So it's 19 plays. I think it's like almost 79 or 80 yards. And they were at their own like 9-yard line, and he throws a pick. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's the game. That's the game. Because just from a mental standpoint, after driving that long, that's the game.
I mean, that kind of thing's going to happen. I mean, he's still a young QB. It's only his second year.
Right.
And not bad.
Right.
I mean, 26 of 41 passes for 279 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 picks.
Right.
I mean, not great, but not bad either. I mean, and with no fans, right, Juan? Like, that's just a typical Jet thing. The only team I think on Sunday that probably did that. Delay of game with no fans. That way. And then I forget what excuse Donald gave in his interview yesterday, but I'm like,
that's crazy. By the way, 6-1 Yankees. Luke Voigt just hit a shot to left. 6-1 Yankees over the Jays.
Joy to the world.
Wow. Oh, wow. Woo. Anyway, that's going to wrap us up, guys. Thank you for hopping on. This was fun. Yo, Big Dog, you're the man, bro.
You're the man, too. Thank you, everyone, who watched tonight. Please share the video.
And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to start posting up the notes for these shows. So if you ever want to look up a story or you want to look where we found something, you can go directly to the source and start finding where we found these things. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk again really soon.
Later.
Later.